Hey and welcome, I'm your boy Solo. In this video, I'll be going over a few custom commands for your Twitch chat and how you can add them using streamelements. First, I'll go over a few of the basics, like adding the streamelements bot to your Twitch chat and making sure that you enable all the features. If you've already have this here done, you can skip right ahead to the commands. And next, I'll be covering my 5 favorite custom commands and how to add them both in streamelements and in Twitch chat as a mod. I'll be going over both ways to add commands, and before I waste any more time, let's jump into it. The commands I'll be covering are the shoutout command, the SO command, and the exclamation mark PP size command, the subscriber count command, so subs command, latest Twitter post command, and the Lurk command. As a bonus, at the end, I will be going over how to add a command that has random answers. I think this is a very cool command, and I will be adding it in this one here as well. So that's 5 commands plus 1 there at the end that I'll be just adding as a little bit of a bonus. Alright, to get started, let's jump over to streamelements.com. Once you've logged in with your Twitch account, make sure that you've logged in with a Twitch account or you will not have some of these here chatbot options. And first thing that we want to do when we log in, over here on the right, down here on the side, it's going to say bot settings and it's going to have a little cry face. He's really sad. He's really sad. And it says join channel or mute. Now, the first thing you need to do is add the bot to your channel. So you want to just click on that there join channel. It says successfully joined the channel. Okay, by doing this here, once you've clicked join, this will automatically add most of the common commands you see used, like follow each and watch time. And if this here doesn't ask you to mod the bot right away from here, it didn't come up, nothing came up to ask you to mod it, we'll definitely want to go over into OBS, into your chat, and /mod space streamelements. Or you could open up another tab, go over here, click your channel, go to chat, and in here do /mod streamelements. Alright, and I have a hype command in here. I'm just going to make sure that my streamelements bot is in here and he is modded. So there you go, you know that your streamelements bot is modded. You got to make sure that's done or it won't work for some of these here features and stuff. Once that's done, we're just going to leave this here tab open because we're going to come back here to add some commands and we're going to jump back over to the streamelements dashboard. Okay, once we're here, we just want to make sure that we have all of the features turned on to make sure that all of our commands work. The most important one that we'll have to worry about is the loyalty settings. So on the left hand side, you can go down here to loyalty settings. Just click on the loyalty tab and then go down here to loyalty settings. Enable it and click save. You can leave all this here stock. It does not matter. You don't need to change this. You just have to have it turned on. You just need to make sure that this here is turned on. This is just mostly for the watch time command, but nonetheless, make sure it is enabled so all of your commands work. This is something that's important for the watch time command to work. You can always turn it off later in the commands when you go into the chatbot. So if you don't want it, you can turn it off. The main reason for enabling it is because it does not count any of the watch time from before it's enabled. So the watch time watched or anything before that time that it's enabled will be lost and not counted. So keep that in mind. I suggest enabling it and clicking save. And like I said, you don't have to worry about these here settings. Just click save and you can come back and change these here later on if you ever even think about it. Like I said, this is only so that your watch time actually works. It's the only command in this here list that it affects is the watch time. Okay, that out of the way, let's jump into the commands. If you're the account owner, you can add the commands right here in streamelements by going to the chatbot, clicking on chat commands, and clicking on custom commands. There's just an add command here. If you're the owner, this is probably the easiest way for you to add them. But if you're a mod, you can do this here in the chat. And I'll go over how to add them as a mod first because I find this way less confusing and way more common. More people are adding it in the chat as a mod rather than coming all the way in here the dashboard. There's only a few commands in here that you'd actually want to add in here. Okay, we're just going to jump back over here to the Twitch chat or the Twitch tab and come down here to the chat. To get started, this is pretty easy. All we want to do is put an exclamation point or exclamation mark, command, add, space, command, space, add, space, exclamation point. Now this is where you would put in whatever command name that you would want to make. So once you do exclamation point command space add space exclamation point, whatever you put in here and the space after it, everything you type will end up being a command no matter what it is. So if you put hype here and then put a space and then put 15 hypes, when you type in hype, it'll have 15 hypes. So that's just a quick dirty example of how just basically to do commands. I'll do these here one by one, so no worries about that. Okay, the first one I'm gonna add is the pp size command, because I find it pretty funny. And for this one here, the command is just going to be command add exclamation mark pp, and then for this one here, we're going to want to add a $sign, and then we want to do squiggly brackets, which is shift and the square brackets. So not these brackets, this bracket. So shift in that bracket. We want to put user in here. This is going to bring up the user's name, so it's going to say this person, whoever typed it, is going to address them by name. Then we'll put your pp size is, and then again we want a $sign and squiggly brackets, and we want to type in the squiggly brackets random dot 1-12, and we're going to put inches. That will pick a random number between 1 and 12. Now all you need to do is click enter to add it. Alright, streamelements will say that you added a new command. This will let you know that you added the command successfully. This is what it will look like right here. Just, it'll say successfully added pp command. You can give it a test, just pp. It'll say, whoa, I'm well endowed. We're lucky, I'm well endowed. Okay, perfect, that one there works. We can move on to the next one. I find this here a fun command, and I find it funny. I see it used a fair bit. The next command that I'll add is the subs command, because a lot of people have asked me in the past how to get a command to show their subs, their sub count. So we're going to go into adding that one there. And it's just the same thing, exclamation mark command, space, add, exclamation mark, subs, subs. You can do subscriptions or anything you want. I suggest exclamation mark subs. I find other commands, maybe you might forget them or not really remember them very easy. Okay, after that we'll put a space and put we got. Now this is another $sign and squiggly brackets. We're going to type in here channel.subs, subs, and put subs up in here. Alright, so command add exclamation point subs space we got space $sign squiggly brackets channel.subs, subs up in here. That looks pretty good to me. Okay, just click enter to add it. Streamelements will let you know that it has added it successfully. We're going to type it in. We're going to put exclamation point subs. Unfortunately, I don't have any subscriptions. I don't have any subs. I'm mostly just on here very little bit. So that one there works. Well, you'll have to take my word for it. You'll have to test it yourself when you have subscriptions. If you don't have any, it's going to read out 0. Unfortunately, I don't have a subscription to show that. Next one I'll go over is how to show your latest tweet. So if you use Twitter quite a bit, you want to show your latest tweet in your chat, I find this one a pretty cool command. And I'll go over adding that one there next. All we need to do is exclamation point command space add exclamation point post. We'll go with post. So this will just give us our last Twitter post. We'll give it a space and put a $sign, squiggly brackets. Most of the variables in streamelements will require these squiggly brackets. And we're going to type in last tweet. Oh, spell it right. Then we need to put a period, and we need to put at our Twitter name. So mine is ZNSolo101. So that was my at on Twitter. You would put your at on Twitter, and this is going to go find your last post. Okay, we're just going to hit enter, just like the last one, and we're just going to make sure that we test it, just to make sure that they work as we add them. We don't want to get too far in to find it that we're doing something wrong. Alright, and this is what it's going to look like. It's going to come up and say whatever your last post was. Mine was actually a problem I had with Overlay Expert, so that one there's showing up, and anyone having that issue, there's the direct link. I find this here a very cool command, and not a lot of people use it. This one's more of a rare command out of the 5 that I use, but all you have to do is make sure that you have the at your username. I'll make sure to put an example of all of these here down in the description below, as well as a link to my website where I'll have some examples and some screenshots and walkthroughs for each of these commands if you get stuck or lost. Definitely feel free to hit me up in the Discord as well, anytime at all, or at me on Twitter. I'll try and help if I can if you do get stuck of any kind. The next one we're going to do is an easy one. It's going to be the Lurk command. It's one that I see used everywhere, but I end up having to add it in quite a few places that I mod for because they never had it or didn't know how to add it. So they didn't have it added. This one here is easy. It's just command add lurk. Now, a lot of people use that I have seen that actually do have it, which it's still something I don't see very much, is it address the person by name. I absolutely love it when it says something like, thanks for lurking your name. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put exclamation point lurk space thank you for the lurk. And we're going to use the $, squiggly brackets, user. Make sure you put user in the squiggly brackets here. And that'll just make sure that it thanks them by name. And then we'll put in just a finishing message, I appreciate you. And we'll give a little heart in there. You know what I mean? So we're showing the love. We're giving them a little love because they're giving us a little love here. So I super like that command, and I like how you can customize it with some of the variables by adding the user's name in. So we'll add it, we'll check it. Okay, it looks really good. Add it fine. Give it a test. Thank you for the lurk, Zian Solo. I appreciate you. Thanks, bro. I appreciate you too, man. I appreciate you too. See, he's so nice. I just like the vibes that gives it, kind of a little bit more of a personal touch. So that can be your own choice. You can just have it lurk and just have a normal message. You don't have to put the user in there at all. Any of these messages can be done like that there. I just add the variables in to give them a little bit more function. Alright, that's more of the basic commands covered. The next one we're going to move on to is a little bit more complicated. It can be made a lot of different ways, and this is just an example of the command. The name can say anything at all. It's 100% customizable. That being said, this is one I suggest making like your own, adding your own little touch to it. And it's going to be command add. We're going to do 420. But this could be anything. This could be exclamation point drinking, exclamation point dance, exclamation point just a question. A question that can have an answer to it. So this one here is going to be 420. And I'll add $, squiggly brackets, user. So I have it starts off with the username. And we'll ask a question. Am I getting buzzed? Period. After that, next I'll put a $, and squiggly brackets again. This one here is going to say random.pick. So this is going to be random.pick. And then we need to put a space. And then we need to use, not this one, not brackets, but the one without the shift. So just a line, and we need 2 of those. And we need to put each of our answers in the middle of one of these with a space from it. So we'll start off with maybe. And then we'll go over and put a space. And then put 2 more of these. And then we'll put a yes. Then we'll do the same thing again, a space. 2 more of these. We'll go back 1. No. We'll go another space. And we're going to put this one here. Already had too much, because I think that's a great answer. And make sure you end it with one of those. Every single one of these, like I said, even from the start, from pick, you put a space. Then you put one of these here little brackets. It's a single bracket, not a double bracket. I don't know what they're called. I'm sorry, I don't know the name of them. And make sure that there's a space in between every single one of them. Anything that you put in between them, you can put spaces. You can make them quite long. But that's all there is to this one here. We're just going to hit enter and give it a test. And this is just pretty much a random question with 4 random answers. One of your viewers types in 420. It's going to ask that person, and I get him buzzed, and it says no. Darn, not this time, guys. But like I said, you can use this in many different ways, and I absolutely love the flexibility of the commands and the variables that streamelements gives us. This allows you to do a lot of different things. It doesn't have to be 420. It can be anything, whatever your imagination can come up with, and the answers can be anything you want. So this can make it quite interesting. It's a very fun command to play with. It's one I suggest very highly using and customizing. If you do happen to make a very cool command or have any ideas, definitely at me on Twitter with the example. I would love to see what y'all come up with, because you guys' imagination is way better than mine. Okay, and the last command we're going to do is the SO command. I left this one for last because it requires a little bit more work, and I don't suggest adding this command if you are a mod, as the owner needs to change the user level, so not just anyone can come in and spam their own shoutouts or SO themselves. Stay tuned while we add that one there in chat, and then we'll fix it in streamelements, and I'll go through how to add them in streamelements one by one as well. I won't go through and add the commands one by one. I'll just go in and show you how to add a basic example of how I would add these here in there as well. So first thing we're going to do for the SO command is command add exclamation point SO space. For this one here, it can be quite complicated. I'm just gonna go very simple with the checkout. We want to put a $sign, squiggly brackets, and we want to put a number 1 in here. This is going to allow you to use the name. So when you SO space someone's name, this here 1 will fill in their name instead of filling in the name of the person that types it. If you put user in there, it'll put the name of the person that types the command in. So definitely keep that in mind. We'll just put a comma here and put a space, type at. So check out so-and-so at http://twitch.tv/ squiggly brackets channel channel space $ again, more squiggly brackets. Yes, there's going to be 2 same facing squiggly brackets. You have to put these new squiggly brackets and $ with a 1 in it inside of the squiggly brackets with channel. So it's channel space $ more squiggly brackets with a 1. So it'll look like that there, right there. And we'll type in, they were last seen playing. Now after the last seen playing, we're gonna put a $ and more squiggly brackets. We're just gonna type in game. This one here is a pretty easy one. Space, $, more squiggly brackets, and then we're gonna put another 1 in here. This will make sure that all of the information is coming from the person that the SO was for. So when it's SO person's name, the 1 will make sure that it gathers the information. It'll gather the person's name, the channel name with the 1, so it'll all make sure that it'll grab the correct information and have the right person's name in the right place. After that, we're just gonna hit enter and give it a test. I like that it says successfully added. Now we're just gonna SO and add ourselves, ZN Solo 101, self-plug in our own channel, imagine. Alright, and look at that, it says check out ZN Solo 101 at my Twitch channel. They were last seen playing Valheim. Perfect, that's awesome. So that looks good. But the problem is just anybody can come in and do this here command. So we're going to jump back over to streamelements. And let's say you went back to the dashboard. We're just going to go down to the chatbot and go down to chat commands. Just go over here to the custom commands. And if you already had it open, hit the refresh button so that you see all of your new added commands. So if you don't see them, it's because we had it tabbed open. It might not be a good idea to have it tabbed open, but just hit the refresh. You should be fine. Okay, so we'll just look down here for the SO command and click on it. It will expand us a little bit of a menu, and right here it will say user level. This is very important because you do not want a random coming in and clicking SO their own name and spamming shoutouts to their own. So what we'll want to do is change the user level to moderator. You can change this to a super moderator, but I find moderators can handle this just fine. It's not gonna be like they shout out themselves very long after they get banned, you know. So that should be good. We'll just click save. And now only a mod can type SO whatever name in chat. And there you go, guys. You have 5 custom commands and a little bit of an extra one here for that random one. That's just use at your own, use however you like. It's pretty cool. But you have 5 new custom commands added to your stream. So that's pretty awesome. These are pretty easy to use. And while we're here, I'll go over here to the right. And you can see this here big blue button that says add a new command. You can add all the commands here as well. And this gives more flexibility with what you can do with it. Just above this here as well is the command variables. Clicking on this here will open up a page that will give you all of the different things that you can use in chat. If you're having a problem with the commands or have any issues at all, you can come in here. You can even copy paste these here. Like if you weren't sure if you're using the wrong brackets or not having them work, it might be the problem that you might be using, like I said, the wrong brackets, because the squiggly brackets are kind of different than normal. So you can come in here, look through to see what they have available. You can get some ideas from here and figure out what flexibility to have. This gives all the variables that are possible right now currently in streamelements. So this is just an easy way to find that information. Okay, for now we're just going to go over here and click on new commands so that I can go through the basics, just so that you know if you're adding all your commands in here and how to do it. Now the first thing you'll be prompted with is this pretty cool little menu. It doesn't look quite as the same as the ones that we added in chat that we clicked on. It doesn't have these here stuffs. You can click on new command from template and actually scroll through all of the examples that that streamelements already has, and this may give you some ideas or some easy commands to add right quick that everyone else has. It'll give you a lot of different things: game, stream, last seen, a few different things, few examples. And next over here is just the command name. We can do this here. We can do the shout out. And the user level, it's the same thing. You can click on moderator and you can type in your response. We're going to copy ours and just paste it in here. So I just wanted to add this here for a quick example. And there is actually an advanced tab here too for advanced settings, and there's a few things in here I'm not really sure of. There's command keys and things, enable commands when streaming online and stuff. I'm not going to really cover anything in the advanced tab in this here video because I haven't played with that stuff enough to be comfortable like suggesting things for you to do. I don't want to break any of the settings. I know they work when I only mess with this tab, so that's the way I'm going to leave it for now until I play with that a little bit more. That's as simple as it is. You'll have 5 new commands, 6 new commands. You'll have a little bit more control and you'll know how to edit them in more than one way. And if you do get stuck, there is a list of variable commands here at the top just to make sure that you remember that. Just keep that always for reference. It's very good. And it's just something that's super easy to check through. But like I said, guys, that's everything there is. You should be up and running. This should give you all the basic commands plus these 5 commands. Once you add it, you do get all the ones in the normal commands. Like you'll have duels, you'll have all these ones here. You can look through these ones here and turn them on and off, but I find it just left alone. Like a lot of these here are basic commands we're all using. That's all there is to it, guys. If you think I forgot or left something out, definitely leave it in the comments below. But if you like or found this video helpful, hit the thumbs up and get subscribed for more content. Thanks for watching.